What's up, guys? I'm here at Sacred Heart University with United States Senator Chris Murphy. Now, Chris, I just want to thank you. It's an absolute honor to be here with you today. Now, you're currently a United States Senator, but this isn't your first government job. You actually were a member of the House of Representatives first. Now, what kind of difference is it shifting from House of Representatives to the Senate, and what can you take with you from the House that can help you in the Senate?
Well, you know, it's a big difference in that you're going from a body of 435 down to 100, and you have a lot more influence right off the bat. And so I've been able to, really elevate my voice on issues that I care about, whether it's healthcare reform or increased investment in transportation or campus safety, what we're talking about here today as a senator. But I'm also representing the whole state, so I went from representing only 1/5 of it now to representing, the all 169 towns. So it makes it a lot busier for me to get around. But, I grew up here in Connecticut. My family goes back generations, and so it's just the honor of my life to get to represent this state that's meant so much to me and my family. I'm busier, but, I have a lot more ability to get things done for my state and for the priorities of me and my neighbors, and that's important.
Now, during your senatorial campaign, you were going against GOP nominee Linda McMahon, whose campaign funds outnumbered yours 4-1. She also came at you with a lot of negative advertisements, which had your campaign really on the defensive for the better part of the campaign. How did you overcome this to win the election, all this adversity?
Well, thanks for bringing that back up. I've largely purged it all from my memory. That's no fun to run against somebody with $50 million. But, in the end, you can't buy elections in this state, and there's a lot of self-funder candidates that have found that out over the years. People here are smart. They see past the dollars, and they really want to know who you are and what you're for. And so I think that's what happened in this race. It was close for a while, and then I ended up winning by a pretty large margin because people, sort of saw through the advertising and the slick brochures and said, okay, what's this guy for? What's she for? Let's compare it and make a decision. So, listen, ultimately, I'd love to get a big campaign finance reform bill passed so that we can get all of this sort of millionaire, billionaire money out of campaigns. There's a better way to do this, and I'm lucky that here in Connecticut, it doesn't seem that money matters as much as it may in other parts of the country.
Now, when you did win the election, you took over for Senator Joe Lieberman, who had become a staple in the Senate. He'd been for so many terms. Now, you had big shoes to fill. Did that help you? Did it hurt you? Did it influence you in any way with your new role as a senator?
Well, Senator Lieberman was a big help to me. I met with him right after I got elected. He's been, somebody who's been really generous with his advice for me on how to be a good senator. We even inherited some of his staff, which made the transition a little bit better. But they are big shoes to fill. Senator Lieberman and Senator Dodd, who left at about the same time, we're both giants in the Senate, leaders in this country. And so I know I'm not going to have the influence that Senator Lieberman did overnight. But I know that if I, work hard, if I'm persistent, fighting for the things that I care about, that ultimately I'll get there. Tough to have that kind of transition, but I'm lucky that he's been somebody that I can lean on for advice.
Now, you're currently the youngest senator. How has that been? Do you feel like it's tougher to have input with some of the more seasoned senators, or do they look to you for kind of a youthful look into certain topics?
Well, it's nothing new for me. I've been the youngest member of virtually every body that I've been in. I was the youngest state legislator when I was 25, and now even as long in the tooth at 41 as I am, I'm still the youngest United States senator. No, I've never found that it handicapped me at all. You're as good as your ideas and your energy, and I think in the Senate, you're one of 100, and so nobody's treating you differently just because you're of a certain age. Now, listen, I do feel like I have a special obligation to speak up for younger voters, and so I spend a lot of time working on issues like campus safety, working on issues like financial aid, because if I'm not speaking up for students and for young people in this country, then who is? I don't think it disadvantages me at all. I've frankly found it more of an advantage rather than a disadvantage. But I do think it requires me to be a voice for younger voters, for students all across this state.
Now, you, throughout your life, have been a staunch supporter of gun reform, and especially with the tragedy that happened in Newtown. Now, why do you think gun control is such a hot topic in Washington, and what do you think you can do with your Senate seat to influence gun control reform?
Well, it's an important topic because the stakes are high. This country has epidemic rates of gun violence, 30 people dying from guns every day in this country. We obviously have seen the absolute worst of it with the horrific incident at Sandy Hook, but frankly, just down the street from us in Bridgeport, there are young men primarily dying every month on the streets of that city because we're not passing simple laws like requiring you to get a criminal background check before you buy a gun or making it illegal to traffic in illegal arms in our cities at the federal level. So it's important because the stakes are high, people are dying, the gun lobby is strong. It's going to take us a while to build the kind of political infrastructure around gun violence reform as the gun lobby has to protect the current gun laws, but we'll get there. We have to.
Now, you're here today to talk about the new SHU Safe App, the safety initiative that was launched by Sacred Heart and the application that followed. This is big not just for Sacred Heart, but for campuses around the country. How do you plan to spread the SHU Safe message across the country to campuses nationwide to help them to adopt the same policies?
Well, I just want to make sure that every school knows that this technology exists. It's making a difference here. You already have 1/3 of the campus in just a few weeks that has access to this app that could save lives. Certainly give people some peace of mind that they're safer as they walk through campus late at night. And what I'm calling on is for the Department of Education and the Attorney General just to right now make this information available to other schools and universities all across the country. Let them know that for a really small price, less than $10,000, they can get this application and make their schools safer.
Great.
All right.
And just one last question. Like I said, you're the youngest senator. You've rose through the ranks very quickly. What advice can you give to a student who wants to follow in your footsteps?
Just don't let anybody tell you that you're too young. I mean, every single thing I've run for, people said that I wasn't experienced enough, I had to wait in line, pay my dues, and they were always wrong. If you've got a fire in your belly, if you care about something deeply, you're never too young. It's never too early in order to make a difference. And you don't have to run for office. Just get involved in a cause. The students here who, in student leadership, decided to spend a week focusing on campus safety, they were responsible for almost 1,000 kids putting this application on their phone. In a short period of time. They may save a life because of the civic engagement they showed. So I'd love people to run for office when they're young, but you don't have to do that. You can just get involved in your community and make a difference.
Thank you, Mr. Senator.
Thank you, appreciate it.
For everyone here at Sacred Heart University, I'm Kieran McGirl. Have a great day.